All right, why do I need a Boerboel mentor? All right, so people slide in my DM, and because they've done their research, they've seen big dogs, they say, how big is your stud? Okay, that's the first question. The second question is, I'm gonna write that down. So size, how big is your stud? How big, right, is your stud? Okay, the second question I get is price. I'll get a question asking about price at least 4 times a day. A lot of times it's not even a hello, it's just price. I need prices. So let's talk about that. Prices. You might hear barking in the background. There's some barking right now. Okay, so how big is your dog? Is that important when it comes to the Boerboel breed as far as particulars on how big your dog is? I'm going to say 90% of the time, that question has little relevance when it comes to a Boerboel. Why? Because the breed is made to be big, period. I've never saw a little Boerboel. Even with runts, we know how runts, and I want the runt in the litter. Okay, that's like almost have like a premature baby. Like I was premature, and I still ended up with decent size on me. You know what I mean? I ain't get my daddy's calf muscles. That might have been a defect from the prematurity. My daddy had big calves. I didn't get the calves, but whatever. You know what I'm saying? But asking how big the stud is, I'm gonna tell you right now, most studs are going to be anywhere from, at the low end, and I'm just saying because I've saw this written somewhere. I've never seen this. I've never seen a male dog smaller than 150 at full growth. But I'm just going to say on the small end, you may get a stud. You could possibly have a stud 150 pounds. I've never seen one personally that small. I've seen it written somewhere like, oh yeah, you can have a stud, a male South African Boerboel at 150 pounds. I've never seen one though. Only bigger, right? They can go up to 200 pounds. Okay, so there is no such thing as like how big is, and when you ask that question, you may be looking at somebody's dog who's a huge dog, but you may not know that this is what they do. Maybe they don't have other vices. Maybe they don't spend money on going out to eat. Maybe they don't spend money on their cars or clothes or jewelry or video games, or they don't help fund a travel basketball team. They don't go on vacations. They don't do carnival cruises. They don't have a bunch of dependents that they have to feed and clothe, and a bunch of elementary school kids who always need stuff for field trips and different clothes that they always mess up and grow out of. So when you see a breeder with a huge dog like that, all the time, it's not just genetics. They put their everything into that one dog. They could be feeding it whatever, steaks every day. So you got to ask yourself, are you prepared to feed your dog steaks every day? Okay, so it's not really about like how big your dog is, because all our dogs are big, all of them. Now, what you want to know when it comes to the size of the dog is, look at the videos that the breeder that you're looking at puts out. Look at the YouTubes that the breeder of the videos put out. What are they doing with the dogs? Is there any kind of training? Oh, I can see how that dog is so big. He rides him on a bike. Oh, he plays tug of war with them. Oh, there's a ball game he plays. Oh, the breeder himself works. I'm not to toot my own horn right now, but I'm saying these things. I'm like, these are all things I do. But the breeder works out. So if the breeder works out, then maybe he's more prone to make the dog work out, or have just energy to keep up with the dog, keep the dog stimulated, keep him going. So by the time dog gets to you, the dog is like, I'm ready, I'm stimulated, I've been stimulated since birth, I'm strong, I've been wrestling with my breeder, and they home to you. Now you got a nice, strong, healthy dog that's got high confidence because it wasn't kept caged up. The breeder had energy to run around with him, let the dog see life, smell things, explore. Okay, so that's what you want to look at when it comes to the size. Not so much the size of the dog, but when you consider like how big you want your dog to get or how strong you want your dog to get. Look at the puppy, look at the breeder, look at the content the breeder's putting out. All right, so that's what it is on size. Now, prices. This is not one of those breeds that you want to shop around for and kick the tires. I've been waiting to talk about this subject right here. Let's talk about prices. I've been waiting to talk about this subject right here for a minute. I was just waiting to put it on a proper video at the right time. Now, I don't want anybody to get sensitive over this or whatnot, again, because I may include and mention some different breeds. When I get to going and flowing, I'm not going super PC, or I'm not trying to watch every single word that I say. I'm just trying to get the point out here. You ready for pedicures? I'm doing a video! Give me 1 sec. And then so with prices, I've been waiting to talk about this subject for a huge minute. Now, when it comes to prices, this is not one of them breeds that you want to try to get the cheapest price on. Okay, I'm gonna tell you why that is. You don't want to just be kicking the tires when it comes to the Boerboels. I understand the price may take a lot of y'all by surprise because you haven't really heard of the breed before. It comes from South Africa. They haven't been here that long stateside, but it was just like when the Frenchies were introduced. It was like, I don't understand why this dog costs so much, but it does now. Oh man, okay, cool. And everybody would pay that 8 to 10 to 11 to 13 to 4, whatever thousand, no problem for a Frenchie, because in our minds, we've established that, oh, these are Frenchies. We don't know why, but because the margin was set, this is what we pay for them. The same thing is with the Boerboel. Like, we all want the biggest and the best for the cheapest price. Doesn't always equate that way when it comes to value. And that's just in life. And now the Boerboel is the same way. Everybody who I show the puppies to, or they see my videos on Facebook or Instagram, and all I hear is, look at those paws. How old is the dog? What? Why is the paw so big? How much? And when I say the price, people be like, So with this dog, price is associated with what you're going to be getting in a dog that grows up to be anywhere from the females 135 to the males up to 200 pounds. There's a premium for that. There's a premium for having the biggest paws on the dog you ever seen. There's a premium for having the biggest head of a dog you ever seen. There's a premium for having the loudest bark in the dog you ever heard. There's a premium for being completely gentle with the women and the kids in your family, and then snapping off when somebody comes to the door or somebody comes in your house. There's a premium for that. There's a premium for that, okay? And I try not to be tight when they come to me and they just be like, price. Because I get it. If you don't know about the dog, you don't know the standard of it, you don't know anybody that's had one, it's hard to compare it to anything. So I tell people like this, that these are not $600 pit bulls. No disrespect to the pit bull breeders. These are not $800 German shepherds. These are not any of these dogs. Okay, you're looking at a dog where when I go to Walmart with this dog, I can't get any shopping done. And I do it on purpose sometimes. If I got puppies as a sale and whatnot, I bring my cars with me. People want to stop. Can I pat him? Is he friendly? Yeah, go ahead. Yeah. As long as he's not at home, he doesn't feel threatened. And we out in public, he like, this ain't really my place. I don't really care about it. I'll sit here, let y'all pay me. If we at home, can't really come in the house and do all that. He gonna be like, nah, I might take your hand off. So it's different, right? But out in public, I can't even get any shopping done. I'm stopped every 30 seconds to a minute. Or I'm looked at, or somebody's pointing, somebody's nudging their husband, or they go, oh, look, babe. Oh, and the kids are, wow! Like, there's a premium for that. There's a premium for that. So I get offers all the time, lowball offers of $1,200. Listen, let me tell you something. The food, by the time you get your puppy, I've already spent $1,200 in food. By the time conception for the mom, all that extra breast milk she needs to feed these big old growing dogs, the biggest dogs you ever seen before. Her appetite is like quadruple what it used to be. The puppies grow crazy fast. By the time you get this dog between 9 weeks and beyond, I've already spent $1,000 on food. But I already spent it. So it's no way, and yes, We do it for the love, but nobody is just loving everything. Bills, we don't love the bills we got to pay, right? So if I just sell the dog for $1,500, there's little equity in that. You know what I mean? There's little equity in that, you know? So anyway, that's that. And I don't want to haggle on the price like that too much on nobody. I don't want the comments going crazy like, oh, he's just doing it for the money. Okay, cool, whatever. So we'll just move on. All right, so, and then like I said, that's why you're getting the dog at that price. So if you see somebody who's selling the dog at a cheaper price, at a real low price, $1,200, $1,500, even $2,000, I would go the other direction. Because if you think it's like paying a personal trainer, and I know some really good ones. Yeah, I know some not so good ones, but I know some really good ones. That's like saying like, well, I pay my personal trainer and he do my meal plan for me, does all this stuff for me, so it costs this much because he's gonna change my body completely. If you had a personal trainer, this is how he makes his money, this is how he lives and survives, and he paid him nothing. How much effort will you think you would get on the back end when you have a problem? Yo, my dog won't stop peeing in the house. Now he won't listen. I can't. And after a while, you're not gonna be able to move the dog. He's only gonna move when it wants to. My dogs are so, I work out and whatnot, whatever, but my dogs are so big, when they decide they ain't moving, I've been in a back and forth with my stud before where he just wasn't gonna do something. I had to stop, take a different approach, now he goes where I tell him to go, but man, I used to be sweating, trying to get him to get in the truck. He didn't want to get in the truck. I had to find different ways to make him want to get in the truck. You see what I'm saying? So you're going to need a mentor for these kind of things with this kind of dog. When my multi-pool didn't want to move, I picked him up. Okay? When my boxer ain't want to move, I just drug it and then picked him up. Any of these other dogs, when they don't want to move, just kind of get your squat on, pick it up, put it where you want to put it. You can stack cages on top of cages and throw your puppy on top. You can't stack no Boerboel cage on top of no Boerboel cage. It's like packing little humans away. I shouldn't say that with all the drug activity, the human traffic activity stuff going on right now. But anyway, so that's what that is, right? So you paying for the price. So if you see somebody with a low ball price, and people hit me up all the time, it be like they doing their research. I know what that means. You price shopping. You're trying to see if your puppy's for $3,500, if your puppy's for $4,000, your puppy for $5,000. I'm gonna be honest with you. Puppies go anywhere from $3,500. I've seen puppies up to $7,000. There's my man right now is going viral with his dog. I'm not gonna mention the name, but his puppies is like $13,000 right now because the stud went viral. Right? So if you price shopping, you're going to pay at least $3,500 minimum for a quality Boerboel. Anything really less than that, you're not going to get. Don't expect any mentorship from that breeder on the back end because he clearly don't care about preserving the breed, doesn't care about the profit, so may not care about customer service. Okay, I care about all the above. I would like referrals. Yes, I wouldn't mind referrals. I would like a tip, maybe, you know, if that came down to it. And all these things fall in line when you providing a good service. That's where the income comes from. No good service, no income. So if anybody's selling you a Boerboel for $2,000, they might have just sold you a problem. All right, and we're gonna move on from there. Those are prices.